Hello, Cherie Hanson here. It's been a little colder, lots of rain, the leaves are falling. They were so glorious for so long, and now they are passing. And I felt called upon today about tools. And what I mean by that is we have a certain kit of tools. You know, if you're a chef, you have beautiful knives and good pans. If you're a mechanic, you've got wrenches and what's-its. Not very mechanical. And I was thinking about how when we're depending on our tools to deal with life, and let's say you've got some kind of wrench that you usually use to open the doorknob, and it doesn't fit the doorknob anymore. It's not functioning. It's not doing what it used to do for us. And that puts us in a state of great alarm. Naturally, of course, it puts us in a state of great alarm because how can I work the world if my tools are not functioning any longer? And so we get plunged into the transition place. It's kind of like falling off a rope bridge. You know, you're holding on and you can feel yourself slipping into this gully below that we can't even see. And right now we're in such a sharp place of transition. Most people are experiencing this growth period where your old tools don't work anymore. So how did I make myself feel better in the past? Well, for me, it was about just getting busy, just clean, do some laundry. You know? And then what happens is that the outside world is in such chaos and is in such a turmoil, a hurricane, a storm, a tsunami, that you're there standing in this onslaught of energy trying to do the laundry. You're going like, I don't know, this is not making me feel so settled and in control and happy as it used to. And as I was sitting Wim Hof today doing my breath work, I was thinking about how I've come to a place where I can clearly see that my motivational tool in the past has been about action, which is reaction. My reaction to any situation that was overwhelming or that I couldn't understand was action. And so you've got somebody who's wandering around in the yard gardening with a broken hand. I mean, really, yeah, you all know this. You've all been there. It's like having a new app on your phone. You put the app on your phone, but you don't know how the hell to work it. And we're there right now. We're in a place where the tool I used to use was anxiety. I would be fueled. It's like one of those coal trains, you know, or a ship with a coal burning furnace, and you just get the black lumps of fear and shovel them in, and pretty soon you've got a head of steam. You're just to a place where you're just so damn irritated with yourself that you have to do something. You have to burn up energy. You have to move through space. And I think it's a difficult thing to learn that sometimes when your tools don't work anymore, it's because you're being asked to change your occupation, your apprenticeship, your role, yourself, your being. If I can't do things when I am so damn frustrated with myself that my skin is popping off, then when can I do things? Now, I share with you because I'm always very open about these things. This is something that I have struggled with since 2008, which is when we all got into the miasma. We were all, it's like one of those movies where the people are trapped in a closed area and this gas is being leaked into it. And at first you're okay, you're just choking a little bit. But we're to a place right now where there's just so much change coming in. There's such a thick fog where our breathing is being interfered with. And we're in a place of stunned paralysis. And I was really thinking through this today because I was thinking about what if, as I first heard in 2008, one of my teachers was saying, you need to be activated by joy, by your passion. And of course, it's like you're trying to go have a conversation with a rock, the way I was at that time. Because I didn't like the word fun. I didn't like the word joy. And the reason I didn't is because I saw that currency being used in the culture, in my home, in my family, as a method of self-destruction. In other words, to have fun means that you're not careful of other people. You're not compassionate. You're not gentle with other people. So I have conflated those two things. And when I went for somatic therapy and she said, from now on, your job is to have fun, I immediately flared. It's like asking you to go out and drive drunk. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'll probably run over somebody and kill them. And so right now, I am noticing that many of my clients are reporting this. Many people are reporting this. The not knowing what is best to do right now. And the old methods, you're trying to shovel coal into a boiler and there's no coal. There's no coal left. You can't put it into a boiler. It's not going to run your life. And so we're left without tools. We're left without a sense of what is unfolding in the future. I can only assess what I am supposed to do, what is responsible and virtuous and mindful, if I understand what is expected of me, what the culture expects of me, what my parents expect of me, what my friends expect of me. And what is so frustrating right now is we're also intuiting that we need to let that go. Never before in my life have I been so quick to refuse to interact with people who have heavy energy or negative energy, or are living out some victim story, some story of scarcity and survival. Now, I don't sit with it like I used to. I don't sit with it for 10 years hoping that somehow the other person is going to shift their concept of reality to align with mine. It's kind of like going out to a thrift store and deciding you want to buy something, but having this magic thinking that even though it's gray and baggy and makes me look like the rocks that are left on the shoreline after a flood, I can somehow change it. I'll just put it on and wear it enough so that it becomes a gossamer, shimmering orange sweater. And so this magic thinking was a tool that I used previously to get myself not out of a bad situation, but to make it possible to sit in a bad situation for longer and endure it, thinking that there is somehow some kind of virtue in enduring something which is not right for you. And our culture is leaving that behind. In 2008, the banks failed, people lost their homes, the economic system fell in, and then we got into the reality of climate disruption. So much is coming at us that is saying, this system you believed in is over, it's dead. And we're going like, oh, okay, well, if I'm not a plumber, then what kind of tools do I need to have? And we're being asked to be in submission. We're being asked to embrace a very toddler mindset of not knowing what reality is, not knowing what the next minute is, but we're being asked to simply be curious. Now that's a better word for me than fun. Fun is so tainted. It's just like, what? No, I'm not doing that. I'm not just going to drive my car into a store because I want to get a free candy bar. But the curiosity does appeal to me. Isn't it wonderful when things are changing so fast that we're forced to change our concept of who we are? We can't sit around wearing the ugly gray shapeless thing that makes us look like a rock any longer and tell ourselves that it fits. It doesn't fit. It's alarming. It's very frightening. It's very triggering. But what we're being asked to do right now, and it's the hardest thing that we are ever asked to do, and that is surrender. Come to a place of embracing, I don't know. What is the best tool to use right now? I don't know. Because I don't know what the job is yet. I don't know what the reality is yet. I don't know what the world is becoming yet. And so we get into this place where we create space inside ourselves. We expand our energy field so that we can sit in the not knowing and not feel personally threatened. Big work, big work. So the question is always, who am I becoming? What tools serve me? How can I shift and change my paradigm, my concept of the world? Don't know yet. Isn't it exciting? No. But we can do it. I know we can. Thank you so much. Please subscribe. Please put a thumbs up. Please share to anyone else you know that is going through the same, cataclysmic shift in energy, and they're taking it personally. They're thinking they're doing something wrong. It's not anything an individual is doing wrong. It's just trying to be like those wonderful equestrian geniuses who are jumping from one galloping horse onto another without hurting themselves. It's just, this horse isn't working for me anymore. I just leap onto a new one and use your skill to stay on its back. And I want to say to you, as I always do, and I mean it so much, I really appreciate your taking the time to listen. Do share my videos if you know somebody that is mistaking what is going on right now and taking it very personally. Help them get out of victim mode. Help them to get into toddler mode, which is curiosity and wonder. And I will continue on the path of trying to allow myself to have fun and not be afraid of it. Tune in. Thank you so much.